DT990 vintage 600 ohm. So when I did a video about these, I effed up because you guys couldn't hear the reference. So I think that'd be really good that I revisit these and make this a little bit shorter as much as I could. So the thing that I really loved about these was how these headphones spoke Bear Dynamic. They spoke German, but they were such an interesting sound signature from the 80s. Warm, gooey goodness. Okay? Now, DT990 came with extraordinary things. Okay? Let's switch scenes here. Basically, what I'm trying to say, all right, what I'm trying to say is that this thing isn't your normal DT990. Now, the weird thing about DT990 is that when we do take a look at them and we try to figure out, you know, why do they sound the way they sound, I think that is that's totally down to driver tech. Driver tech at the time was a little bit slower. It was different materials that could have been heavier, and also the pads and everything were completely different that changed the sound. Now, the pair that I have here are my pair of DT990s. These are, they have like the new foam in here because the old ones were deteriorated and literally had nothing. The pads were also already completely worn down, a completely different kind of velour material, and the head strap as well was already wearing off. So how about we get a original pair for you guys to also look at. This one will also get its own sound test on its own. This is the pair that I'm giving a friend of mine. It's in way better shape. So that'll be a concern that I will bring up in terms of when you want to buy one of these. So here is a good pair of DT990 vintages. As you can see, it's got this black velour padding, and then underneath that is like a netting that has that it's see-through and you can see the foam. And then this, a notorious older, smaller material for the head strap or headband. Okay, so you get two different kind of models here, though. You can kind of tell based off of the font, because the font and design there, we do have these two silver stripes to go through compared to this model, which I believe is a little newer. It says professional right and professional left. It will say 2 times 600 ohms, but then on mine, it doesn't say that. It just says right and it just says left. We also have two kinds of connectors, so you can tell which one is the newer one based off of the connector, one of them being gold-plated, and it feels just a lot better compared to one I believe that is a little older, that just disgusting. It's horrible. Now, I have mixed feelings about my pair of DT990s, just strictly because the seller was really mean. When he sold this to me, it wasn't exactly as it was in the picture. You see, I would have totally gotten 2 pairs of the exact same headphone here, but I ended up getting the older one that didn't have the gold-plated connector. And it's not like gold-plated whatever makes, you know, a difference in sound, but I didn't get what I actually paid for, and that's what upset me a lot. So I sent my regards or my concerns to eBay, but I haven't gotten anything back, and it kind of sucks a lot of butthole. But what doesn't suck butthole is that it's still a Bear Dynamic. These things just sound good, but there is the small concerns about build. So the thing is, I don't know how it happened. Could be just a different material maybe, but I doubt it because it looks like the mold hasn't changed. I mean, if you looked at this and you didn't know what the new 2014 or 2015 refresh looked like, you wouldn't have believed that this is an older model. As you can see, the hangers are still the same shape as modern DTs. The head strap fits like the new ones, right? Even the new pads fit on this. So really, measurements haven't changed for the molding for this like weird plastic that they use. It's looks like a modern DT990. There is cracks on mine. You see right at the top here. That's a crack. You'll also see one on the other side there. That's right. That's a crack. And then underneath where the cable is, that was the big kicker in the butt right there. That's a crack. If we look at the good pair, there's no cracks anywhere there. So I don't know how mine was taken care of, but these don't have cracks on the cups. So that's something you guys gotta watch out for, okay? Watch out for the connector, and also watch out for the cracks on the cups, because it looks like it may just be down to time why that's happened. Now that we have that out of the way, let's switch back to face cam. I don't know why my F1 and F2 buttons are not working. Oh, hey, look at that. Now it works. Cool. So, sound though. We got build quality out of the way. It's basically a German headphone, like it always has been. But sound. It's got beautiful bass. It doesn't have... It's got sub bass. You can feel it. You can feel the sub bass. It's nothing too empowering and crazy, and that's kind of weird coming from a open back headphone. It also has really, really beautiful creamy mids. The mids on these are spectacular, and I really love how the highs are on both of these headphones, okay? Whether or not it be like the one that's older, which I'm going to assume it's older, okay? I might be wrong here, but man, does this one look a little bit better. So if you get the old vintage or the new-ish vintage one, they sound warm. Now, I only have like, you know, a few of the modern Bear Dynamics to compare to. The 250 ohm 880, the 600 ohm 990, but the premium edition, and of course, the closed back DT770 250 ohm. So, you know, now it kind of sounds weird. We have 600 ohms, so I don't know how that plays a role in the sound, because you know I'm not an engineer, but definitely I would say that because of that driver having just a little bit more oomph or needing more oomph in order for it to do things, maybe that's what adds to its quickness, its speed, the detail on this, because it's so laxed and it's not too crazy. You wouldn't need to throw these on tubes. Like, people have complained about the modern DT990 being very sharp. Now, that's the thing. For me, I have never found any beyerdynamic to be overbearing or jarring. So it doesn't sound shrill or sharp, and it could be because of age. You know, if you guys believe in the break-in period of burning in a headphone, I mean, how much better can you get? That's freaking 4 decades if these are from the 80s, right? So that's ridiculous, okay? So we're gonna now do this correctly. I'll have these off the hears, okay? Just know that when we have the sound test come through for the headphones, we're going to be playing the reference track first. It's going to be the HD600 recorded on the hears, and it's going to be plugged into the Modi 3 and Magni 3. So give a listen to this. I'll unmute the music channel and let you listen to the reference track. So this is Track Tribe's A Night Alone, but again, it's played through the HD600. All right, now that we have that out of the way and hopefully recorded correctly this time, using a 100 hertz test tone, I made sure that the volume on the headphone reaches -10, a reading on voice meter. I'll mute the music tab, and now we'll play it through the hears. You'll hear me still, because I mean, there are microphones on this thing, right? So let me switch scenes. So you'll see the headphones here. Let's give a listen to the headphone. Okay, and that's that. That is the headphone. We actually did it correct this time. Now, I can't keep it under 10 minutes. That's just not who I am. I love this thing. I think that 990s and the 880s specifically are popular headphones because of the engineering that went into them at such an early time. There's a bunch of iterations of 990s and 880s that you guys can come across. Some that don't even have the concept of just this head strap design. There's some that have like the leather thing on the inside and it has like a plastic outer headband. So there's a lot. There's a lot of versions of this, and you'll find it. Like if you search up DT880 even on eBay, you'll see a bunch of versions that are like full plastic. The grills are completely different from what they look like, and the same thing for the DT990. But I would say that it's these iterations, these are as old as I would go. I wouldn't go any older than these, just strictly because, again, if the cup's cracked on mine due to whatever it could have been, because I'm going to say it right now, it cannot be shipping. It can't be shipping. And definitely the eBay seller gave me the wrong damn headphones, so thanks. But whatever it is that the plastic had to go through over time, it was effed. So build quality is going to be questionable the older you go for headphones. But damn, freaking Germany did such a good job, and I honestly could never be angry at that. Even with the cups being cracked, they still sound just like the one that's in good condition. And I can't get over that low end and that warmth that are on these. And the space, I didn't talk about the soundstage, did I? The soundstage on these are pretty wide. They're not like Bear Dynamic T1 wide. They're definitely not narrow. As narrow as the 600s in their intimacy, but they are wide enough and the instrument separation is good, to the point where you can listen to a track and really know where things are. They're pretty pinpoint accurate, and again, 600 ohms, these things are going to need some power, but you can use modern tech. You don't need tubes on these to really get the most out of them. They work on solid states. I've played these countless times on the Anthem stereo receiver as well, and it powered these with no problem. So thanks for watching this video. 13 minutes, a lot more lower than the original take. Apologies again for the double upload, but that's just how it is. Yeah, there's a quick note. These things need to be maxed, okay? That's just the old design thing. I don't know why they did that, but just know this is maxed. And like, if we took a look at what the 770s look like for me, they're only like 3 dots out. So, that does matter, okay? Take care, be safe. Bye-bye.